It was a frustrating day, and let's just begin with your thoughts on the ball game.
Well, Chuck, really disappointed. It's the worst home loss that I can ever remember being a part of. We had two starters go 1 for 21, and that's without, Justin Smith, who arguably is one of our most valuable players. It's new for me. We have no injuries at all at Nevada in 4 years. And unfortunately now, back-to-back years, 2 injuries when we can to players that we can ill afford to have injuries to. A lot of guys got a lot of opportunities today, and we missed Justin Smith. We're going to miss Justin Smith in Tennessee. We missed Isaiah Joe for the 6 games last year. And it's the next 4 or 5 games are as hard as any games on our schedule. We didn't score, we didn't rebound, we didn't defend. That about sums it up.
Mizzou's one of those teams that defensively, they bump you. They do a lot of things to alter your shots. And it just seemed like for you, for the team, as the afternoon wore on, that just kind of wears on you and frustrates you as the day transpires. Was that kind of what was going on, or at least part of what was going on today?
Well, they're the 12th ranked team in the country for a reason. If you look at how many layups we missed, I've never in my entire coaching career seen so many missed layups. Give Coach Martin and his team a tremendous amount of credit. He's always had great defensive teams. He's always had great physical defensive teams. Having said that, we missed a great number of point-blank layups. Scoring around the rim has been a problem for us since our very first game. So we have to be physical around the rim.
Is this a situation, when you talk about being physical around the rim, you talked about the absence of Smith a little bit earlier. Is there a mentality that you have to have that I'm going to go strong and I'm going to score regardless of who bumps me?
Yeah, look, we're playing a big game, against a really good team. And, it's going to be hard to score against Missouri. That means you've got to cut harder. That means you got to be stronger with the ball. That means you got to finish around the rim more. It's not getting any easier, I can tell you that, against Tennessee. So, we just got to try to do what we can do and get better with each outing. Again, we went through this last year. We got to just play as good as we possibly can.
Coach, thank you. We appreciate you joining us. Aaron
Thanks,
Musselman joining us. And it is a frustrating day, and I know he's frustrated.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll now turn it over to the media. Bob, start us off.
Yeah, I think you said Bob. Eric, were you ever? I don't think you were ever ejected in Nevada, but correct me if I'm wrong. And can you take us? Obviously, very frustrating there at the timeout. You had to be physically restrained from going after those refs.
Not gonna talk about it at all, Bob. So we'll talk to the appropriate people, and I'll leave it at that.
Were you ever ejected in Nevada? I don't think. Okay. And then just besides Missouri's defense, what do you think was the issue with the shooting today? Because I think you guys were about 25% or something like that.
I think that'd be a great, number one, you got to run the floor hard, and you got to cut hard to get open. 2 things that I don't think we've done at the pace that we need to. Not just tonight. I think it's been something that we continue to talk to our guys. Is talking about cutting harder, run the floor harder. Guys weren't running to their spots on spacing the floor properly. We looked young tonight. We did. We just made, plays on both sides of the ball that we got to get a lot better at.
Not to put it on Desi and Connor solely, but they scored 40 points your last game, and they really struggled today. can you put your finger on what happened to those two guys? Because they've been pretty good most of the year.
Yeah, no, I think it'd be, I can't be good to ask them. I can't, it's a
I
physical.
got a few more. Sorry, I got a few more, but I'll turn it back to Mike.
Scotty.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned the struggles at the rim. What do you think contributed to that? I think the stat broadcast system said you guys were 8 of 30 today.
That's about, probably about 5 more than I thought we were. Tillman's he's a big body in there. He played phenomenal, no question. To my knowledge, they had 1 block shot. Again, I don't have all the stats in front, but to my knowledge, there was 1 shot blocked. So, tip our hats to Missouri. Coach Martin did a great job defensively. I got to get better. And, that's what we'll start doing, getting ready for Tennessee.
Curtis.
Hey, Coach, you guys did force 21 turnovers on the night. That's probably a number you're happy with, but it only turned into 15 points on the other end. Did you just feel like you weren't outletting the ball up fast enough, or what led to the lack of points on turnovers there?
We had 7 assists. So when we turned them over, we didn't look to kick ahead, we didn't run, and we did not make the extra pass. I mean, that you can't make this up. You can't make up that you lose a game by double digits and cause 21 turnovers.
Nate.
Yeah, Eric, is it just going back to the drawing board in practice as far as a Vance Jackson or a Henderson or a Jalen Williams who you go with, up front?
Not really sure right now, Nate, what we're going to do. We found out yesterday that our player was going to have surgery. It was a vital part of our team. There's no excuses, none. It's on me to try to figure it out, and we're not going to have it figured out by Tennessee. I promise you that. It's going to be a process just like it was last year when Isaiah was out. And again, injuries happen across the board. We need somebody to step up. I told the team, when someone goes down, not only does another player have to step up, but you also have to play slightly better than you normally play in order to win a game when you have somebody go down. And guess what? I got to coach better too.
Nikki.
Yeah, Coach, you started Devo Davis for the first time today. What do you think of his minutes?
Nikki, I'll be honest. I didn't think anybody played very good today. I didn't think I coached good. I didn't think the assistant coaches coached good. Didn't like our shoot around yesterday. There was way too many distractions, people talking. We got to cross the board. We got to get better. I didn't think anyone on our team played very well.
Troy.
Yeah, Coach, I know you just kind of mentioned it, but that nobody really played that well. But when Connor goes 0 for 11 from the field, how big of an impact does that make on the game?
As a coach, I'm never one to ever to blame one player, their student athletes. Having said that, we need Connor to produce and we need Desi to produce if Justin's not available. That's, and Tillman, it's not just the offensive end. I mean, Tillman had 25 points and 11 rebounds. So Tillman played phenomenal. Pinson played phenomenal. We laid out the game plan. Do not foul Pinson. And Pinson went to the foul line 15 times. 4 of them are my fault. I get that.
Bob.
Yes, I think he said Bob. Eric, I know when we talked to you Thursday, you didn't feel like Smith was going to be long-term. Did something unexpected, I guess, come up, and just how shocking was that, kind of how that hit you guys, thinking he might be out a game or two, and now he's going to be out, for several?
Yeah, Bob, I'm always honest with you guys. And, when we met last time for our press, I thought it was a bone bruise with the calf injury, something, which most MRIs do. And so he had the surgery. I think that according to the doctors and the training staff, the surgery went really well. And now it's just up to rehab. But, you know, I can't, and the players can't worry about Justin. He's got to do his rehab, and we've got a lot of stuff to figure out over the next 5 or 6 games. I mean, we're going to be tinkering, changing, trying to figure it out because what we did tonight did not work.
I mean, you're obviously a good coach. You got some good players. Do you feel good you guys will get something figured out here, and it won't be like last year where you lost some?
No, I'm overly concerned, Bob. Overly concerned for sure. I don't feel any different last year when Isaiah went down than right now.
You feel like, you know, your all's team, the confidence took a hit tonight because you guys obviously been playing well. You hadn't gotten beat, and then a tough loss like this.
Yeah, I think anytime you lose your confidence my confidence is even a little different right now than it was coming into the basketball game. Certainly, I mean, we couldn't score, we couldn't get open, we couldn't finish at the rim, we couldn't rebound, we couldn't defend. I mean, people saw the game. I mean, you know, like they shoot, They shoot 47%. We shot 26%. So everybody wants an opportunity. Everybody thinks they're real good. We'll go do something. We shot 26% from the field.
You know, Tillman missed both the games last year. You know, how big a difference was he today?
I thought Jeremiah Tillman was awesome. I thought he was really, really good. I mean, he looked like a pro. He stepped up. He made his free throws tonight, which he struggled from the line. He dominated the glass. He was a great roller to the rim. They got lobs because our weak side wasn't pulled in. Tillman was a dominant force tonight.
Final question, Tom.
Hey, Eric, on Jalen Williams, he did a couple things after you were out. I think he had an and one. He drew a charge, had some hustle numbers. If you could talk about maybe did he earn himself some more playing time? Second, what do you attribute the lack of rebounding to?
I mean, it was physical tonight. So that's one. Tillman's tall. He got 11 of them. Mark Smith at their small forward spot got 9. You know, and then on our players' performance, I said it a lot. I really look at the plus minus. There's a lot of stuff that goes into coverages on pick and rolls and who's doing the things that maybe not everybody on this call would understand. So we got a lot of work ahead of us for sure. And like I said, we're not going to figure it out between, you know, it's not going to happen in 3 or 4 days, the areas that we've got to improve in on.
Okay, Coach, thank you very much for your time. And I'll bring up most